Ah, Gundams, one of Japan's most popular and most profitable creations ever made. And it's a franchise that has been ripped apart, chewed up, spit on, pissed on so many times at this point, it can be hard to remember why Mobile Suit Gundam 0079 was such a phenomenon in the first place. Other than, of course, big robot go pew 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 pew. And to be fair, the original Mobile Suit is really old. I mean, the first time I saw Mobile Suit Gundam 79 was on a bootleg VHS tape that was bought in the back of a CD comic book store. Yes, I am that old. Fun fact, I've been watching anime longer than most of you have been alive. Are we all having fun yet? All this to say that the Mobile Suit Gundam series remains a fond memory and of course a great story. And that I no longer really keep up with all of Gundam's current shenanigans. So, when I saw Mobile Suit Gundam GQuuuuuuX was playing at my local theater, I'm not sure what possessed me to go and see it. Maybe it's because I've gotten all nostalgic after Megacat Products just released their Mobile Suit Gundam line. I need it! Regardless, I went to go see Mobile Suit Gundam GQuuuuuuX, and it was not a movie. It is not a movie. And this is partially my fault, as this was a last-minute decision for me, and I forgot that Japan has gotten into releasing these quote-unquote movies that are actually just promos for an upcoming series release. This usually being getting to see the first third of the series before it airs on television, or a short prologue followed by the first episode of the series, which is what this was. The first 40 to 50 minutes was a prologue setting up the premise of the show, followed by what I assume was the first episode of the series. So, since this is not a movie, I cannot give it my usual critic score or Joe Schmo score. But what I can do is discuss the premise of the series as a whole, the execution of this promo, and the narrative of the first episode. Which, to be honest, was one big broken mess. So, let's get into it. Now, the whole premise of this new series is one big what-if story. As in, what if, instead of Amaru finding and piloting the RX-78 Gundam, you know, the catalyst that set off the entire Gundam franchise, what if instead Char got there first and took control of the RX-78? And how that would affect the outcome of the 1-year war. Which is what this first part was. A speed run of the 1-year war if Char was in command of both the White Base and the RX-78 Gundam. And it was kind of cool. It was very much a throwback to the OG series, which, to even understand what was going on in this first part, you would have to have some intimate knowledge of the original Mobile Suit Gundam 0079, with all of the famous names, places, battles, and weapons mentioned in this. Unless you're a fan, it's probably going to seem like all gobbledygook nonsense, which is the main problem with this promo release. Because let's be real honest here, Mobile Suit Gundam GQuuuuuuX, which I'm just going to call Quox from now on, Quox is not Mobile Suit Gundam, despite having it in its name. Tonally and thematically, it has absolutely nothing to do with the original Mobile Suit Gundam. And that's not necessarily the problem. This isn't the first time the Gundam franchise has done something like this, and I guarantee you it won't be the last time. No, the problem is, if you're going to give us a new show that has nothing to do with the original Gundam series, why, oh why, would you make a promo for that new series and spend the first 40 plus minutes reminding the audience how good the original Gundam 79 was. Hey, remember that amazing thing we made that was beloved by the whole world and is still loved to this day, 4 decades after coming out? Yeah, well, you're not getting any of that. Here's this completely different thing that nobody asked for. What? Why? Just from a sales perspective, this is an incredibly stupid thing to do, because once we got past the prologue part and we were now in the first episode of the series, all I could think about was how bad this was comparatively, how far the storytelling quality had just dropped. This promo didn't make me want to watch the new series, it made me want to go back and watch the original series, which I guess is still a win for the Gundam franchise. So let's get through the new series because it is an absolute mess. GQuuuuuuX takes place 5 years after the 1-year war in this alternative universe, where civilians now hold underground mobile suit battles that they broadcast on the internet. What? Tell me you know nothing about the original Gundam series without telling me you know nothing about the original series, because the entire premise of the OG show was that the mobile suits are the most powerful weapons of war ever created by man, and with just a handful of these, you can destroy any army or conquer any world. In fact, the only real way to stop a mobile suit unit is to have a more powerful mobile suit unit. That's why the series is called Mobile Suit Gundam. You see what they did there? And the idea that civilians would, one, ever be allowed to own these weapons of war, let alone have illegal battles that they stream to the world, is so unimaginably preposterous. That would be like streamers today having mock battles using fighter jets over civilian populations while broadcasting it live to everyone. It's just ridiculous. But you know what would make this all less ridiculous? Throwing in some underage girls.
Oh shit, here we go again. Worst place in the world.
Listen, you got at least 3/4 of your life to go. Stop it. Get some help. McDonald's wants you to give yourself a chance.
Where are the armed men who come in to take tips away? Where are they? This kind of behavior is never tolerating. Right to jail, right away. No trial, no nothing.
So in order to have these bot battles, each mobile suit needs a special device that allows them to bypass the coding and allow them to reach their full militaristic battle potential. Now, if you had super valuable, super illegal, and dangerous tech that you needed to deliver to your BattleBot customers, who would you trust to do that? Why, high school girls, of course.
Why?
3 words: upskirt shots. Oh!
No, Chris. What are you doing here? I know, but you have to explain this to her. Come here, man.
All that stupid nonsense aside, even the narrative of the first episode is an inconsistent mess. For example, the episode starts off by showing us the Red Gundam fighting 3 mobile suits, one being a super top secret mega awesome Gundam, and the Red Gundam beats them easily, establishing that the Red Gundam and its pilot are crazy powerful. But then, the Red Gundam enters one of these illegal bot battles and just stands there and gets its ass kicked. So, which is it? Is the Red Gundam super powerful or super weak? You cannot show the audience one thing and then show them the exact opposite thing for the convenience of the plot. That's called lazy bad writing. And GQuuuuuuX is just full of lazy bad writing. All the characters are the standard generic archetypes that you see in every anime nowadays, devoid of any uniqueness or flaws, and the world they occupy is nonsensical with no stakes or consequences, where everything just works out for the main character because actual good writing takes effort. But at least it's pretty. Which, unfortunately, has become the current standard for Japanese animation. Can't think of any interesting stories with compelling characters? No worries, just throw all your budget into the animation department, and maybe blinding the audience with spectacle will distract them from your poor quality of writing. Which, even more unfortunately, that strategy seems to be working. For now, anyways. In the end, GQuuuuuuX will most likely become another forgettable series, and the Gundam franchise will continue on, desperately trying to continue a series that ended over 4 decades ago. Anyways, thanks for showing up. I appreciate you, and I'll catch ya at the next one.